Today we hope to show you somewhere you might like to visit, so like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments if there's a location you'd like to know more about. Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today we're back in Frankenmuth, Michigan, and we're going on a tour of the River Place shops. The River Place shops are essentially a mostly open-air mall located between Main Street and the Cass River. If you want to trace our steps, we'll be starting in the north parking lot and meandering our way around to all the shops. While filming, we weren't able to stop inside of all of them, but we will be mentioning each whether we stopped or not. So let's get started, but we aren't going inside just yet. That's because our first stop is the Golden Ticket Trolley, located right along the side of the parking lot. It's a locally owned trolley tour company that offers narrated tours of the town, as well as wedding rentals and Christmas light tours. They're closed during the winter and open again in early spring, so be sure to check their website for booking and pricing information. Okay, now we're going inside, and the first place you'll see on your left will be the Bavarian Blacksmith experience. While they do sell a number of themed souvenirs, the main attraction here is getting to craft your own items, including knives, daggers, runes, and magic wands. Yes, you are paying quite a bit of money to perform difficult manual labor, but you get the guidance of an experienced swordsmith, can add your own design touches, and come away with an item you made yourself. So if this sounds like something you'd be into, be sure to check it out. Right across the hall you'll find Charlin's Book Nook, a used bookstore. They'll often have someone just outside ready to talk to you about your love of books, and they'll be happy to give you tips on where to find anything you happen to be looking for. Inside, it's a cozy place with tons of shelves brimming with used books, as well as spots to sit down and read them. It's also a lot bigger than it looks if you're coming in from the hallway, as there's an entire second half of it you can't see from that direction. They'll occasionally have book signings, children's events, and other activities, so be sure to ask about them. Both Charlin's and the Bavarian Blacksmith experience have entrances on the outside as well. We just didn't use them this time. Alright, now we're going to go back out into the hallway and next to the blacksmith, where we'll find the stadium. This is a board game and hobby shop where you'll find just about anything you need, or if not, they could probably order it for you. They have shelf after shelf of board games, many of which you may have never heard of. And if that's the case, be sure to ask them for recommendations. Beyond that, you'll find role-playing games and accessories, card games, trading cards, storage options for all your various hobbies, and probably a bunch of other stuff I'm forgetting. They also host a number of events and tournaments, so if you're interested, be sure to ask about those. Just outside of the stadium is some seating in case you want to relax or get something to relax with at the Cass River Bar and Grill. They serve snacks and beverages, including German beers, and while there is outdoor seating in the warmer months, the interior seating is close to the TVs and the bathrooms, which seems to make it the prime spot. Just beyond that is the River Place Game Room, where you can spend your money on over 40 arcade games. And like any great arcade, they also have a prize redemption center, so you can trade in your hard-earned tickets for something small you don't want, or something big that will break right away. Okay, full disclosure, I didn't actually check out the quality of any of the big prizes. I'm sure they're better than the ones I'm used to, but maybe you should be the judge of that. Right in between the bar and grill and the game room, you'll find the indoor entrance to Norland's Beignets and Coffee. It also has an outdoor entrance. Inside, you'll find coffee, bubble tea, and cafe au lait, among other drinks, and usually some butterbeer and Calypso lemonades as well. They even serve Cajun gumbo. Of course, one of the main reasons to stop by is the other thing in their name. We have tried their beignets on a number of occasions, and it is something we can recommend trying if you're into powdered sugary pastries. What we can't recommend, only because we've never had the guts to try them, is their gator bites, which are made from real alligator tail. So let us know what you think of that if you've had it. Now we're going to head outside toward our next location. And for those of you who know, yes, we are aware there is another store that you can access from the game room. We'll be coming back around to it on our tour, so we did not forget about it. But next we're going to Sticky Situations, which offers a larger variety of honeys, honey butters, and honey mustards than I'd realized existed. As you can see, they have displays for several flavors, like key lime, sour cherry, spicy pizza, sage, hibiscus, passion fruit, and the list goes on. And you can sample any of the flavors on display, and if there is one you don't see, ask them, they may bring some out to try it if they have it available. Sticky Situations shares its space with Extra Virgin, which offers imported olive oils, vinegar, risotto, authentic pastas, and savory sauces reminiscent of Italy's Amalfi Coast. Like the honeys, they come in a number of flavors, and you can sample these as well. Let us know in the comments if you've tried any of the flavors of honeys, oils, or vinegars, and which are your favorites. Are you a fan of beef jerky? How about poultry jerky? Or exotic jerkies like smoked venison, cherry maple elk, smoked buffalo, or pork and kangaroo? Seriously. How about seasonings, rubs, spices, and brines? Or maybe sauces, mustards, ketchups, and spreads? Or items for your smoker, including kits to make your own jerky? You'll find all of this and more at the Jerky Joint, right next door to our last location. Fair warning, the smell of jerky really hits you hard when you first walk in. Be prepared. Moving along one door down, we come to Sugar Rush Sweets and Treats, not to be confused with another shop we'll be getting to later. This place brings you specialty cookies, ice cream, honey roasted almonds, and a wide selection of bulk and novelty candy. They have nostalgia candy you remember during childhood, the latest candy concoctions, Michigan's own Ashby's ice cream, their own candied nuts, a huge assortment of bulk candy as I mentioned, and even gluten-free, vegan, and sugar-free varieties in case you have friends or family that don't think you can find anything for them there. And be sure to ask them about their party favors and gift baskets, including Easter baskets. Past the next alley, we come to Four Bare Feet. As you might be able to tell from the name, they specialize in all different kinds of socks. They provide a unique selection of novelty socks made in America featuring dog breeds, sports, and universities. They're even the official supplier of socks to the NBA. As you can see as we wander the store, they do also have flip-flops and some other gift items that you don't put on your feet. But if you're looking for some interesting sock designs, you should stop in and take a look around. At this point, you may be hungry for lunch or maybe some dessert that the candy store didn't offer. Well, then you can come next door to our last location to Crepe du Jour for a little bit of Paris and little Bavaria. They offer a wide variety of crepes, from the sweet like strawberries and chocolate, s'mores, key lime pie, and the king, which is peanut butter, bananas, and chocolate chips, to the savory such as chicken cordon bleu, the Monte Cristo, ham and cheese, and buffalo chicken. And don't forget their breakfast crepes, like the walking omelet and the stuffed French toast. They even have gluten-free and vegan options, and they also sell a large variety of hot drinks. While we can't say that we like some of their crepes better than others, I don't think we've had one that we simply didn't care for. So pick out a flavor and give it a try. Next door to that, we come to the Great Lakes Olive Oil Company. Not to be confused with extra virgin from earlier, they offer a diverse selection of olive oils in various styles and flavors, such as basil, black pepper, butter, and garlic, among others. And balsamic vinegars, also in a wide variety, such as chocolate, pineapple, blueberry, and peach. You can taste test anything on display, and I have to say, in our opinion at least, they almost all taste better than you think they will. However, they are still olive oils and vinegars, so you probably don't want to drink too much of it straight. Once again, we're going right next door, and this time we found Hello Cats and Dogs. You might have deduced from the name that this is a place for cat and dog owners to come and spoil their beloved critters. Okay, spoil them even more than usual. They offer a wide variety of supplies, toys, and apparel for your four-legged friends, including cat toys that come with or without catnip, depending on how wild you want your cat getting. They also sell pet-themed toys, games, and t-shirts for you, because why shouldn't you also get something for yourself? And don't forget to grab some treats from their, barkery, like doggy donuts, frosted cookies, meat treats, and more. Remember earlier when I said there was another store we could have accessed from the game room? Well, now we're coming around to its outdoor entrance, and it's the I Heart Frankenmuth shop, or I Love Frankenmuth, which is probably the proper way of saying it. This is what is the main souvenir shop of the district, which sells a wide variety of t-shirts, as well as coffee mugs, fridge magnets, and several other souvenir and gift items. If you're looking for just about anything with the town's name on it, you'll find it here. So if you want something as a keepsake for your visit, or want to give something to a friend or family member that says, someone I know went to Frankenmuth and all I got was this lousy wall hanging or something, come take a look around. Walking back along the path, we come to the Ultimate Mirror Maze with River Sweets Candy. We didn't have time to stop in here, but the Ultimate Mirror Maze is just as it sounds. Over 2,000 square feet with thousands of mirrors to make your trip through the maze difficult, as it appears that hallways are everywhere, but there's only one way through. The directory for the River Place shops doesn't even mention River Sweets Candy, so unfortunately I don't have any information on that. If you do, let us know. But right next door to that is the Popcorn Wagon, which is your stop for everything popcorn. They have plenty of popcorn tins, bags of kernels to pop at home, air poppers so you have something to pop those kernels in, as well as other accessories and gift ideas. But of course the main attraction is their more than 45 flavors of gourmet popcorn for you to choose from, with not just the cheesy and caramel corn, although they have that too, but also blueberry, ranch, Parmesan garlic, cheese pizza, banana split, and dill pickle, among others. Like with many of these shops with lots of flavors, let us know what you've tried and what you recommend. Next door to that is Woody's, which has nothing to do with Toy Story or Woody Harrelson. Instead, they sell leather goods, alternative jewelry, military apparel and gifts, and collectible knives and swords that you don't have to build yourself. They've also got t-shirts, gothic figurines, and steampunk items, in case you know anyone into that sort of thing. I know I do. There's a lot of interesting things in here, so stop in if you're looking for something out of the ordinary. Now you might be saying, this is all well and good, but where's all the alcohol? And if you're not saying that, you can tune out for a few moments, as now we're taking you to the Grand Traverse Distillery and Black Star Farms Winery, which are both located in the same building just across from Woody's. There they have a large selection of wines, whiskeys, bourbons, and vodkas, among other things, so again, let us know what interesting flavors you've tried. They also offer tastings, just in case you're not sure you want to sink a bunch of money into something you may not like, or if you just want to get a little buzz while you're shopping. Now the next part appears to be in a bit of a flux, as the directory shows the Spice and Tea Exchange in Building B5 and Saturday Morning's Home Decor in Building B4. But when we were visiting, we didn't see anything in B5, and as you can see here, B4 had Frankenmuth Creations, so we may already need to go back and make an updated video. I will say that while visiting Frankenmuth Creations, it did appear to be more of a pop-up store, so it's possible it's no longer there. But if it is there, it is a place with plenty of do-it-yourself crafting accessories, which is a great thing to have for all of you creative types. However, we apologize as it may not be there by the time you visit. Just across the way from whatever's currently in Building B4 is Emilie B's, a women's clothing store. It's described as a women's apparel boutique specializing in a great selection of the latest on-trend and contemporary clothing and accessories. I am the last person to weigh in on anything that may or may not be on trend, or whether or not the selection is great. There do seem to be plenty of options, although I certainly can't speak for their sizes. But if you're in the mood to shop for women's clothes, this is somewhere you may want to browse. At this point, some of you may be wondering that with all the small local stores, are there any big chains that have set up shop here, just like they've been ruining shopping everywhere else? If that's you, shame on you, but also yes, they're here too. Back across the street from our last stop is the Yankee Candle store. I'm not putting down Yankee Candle, far from it. We've enjoyed their candles for a long time. But there are no surprises here. If you've been to any Yankee Candle store before, you've basically been to this one too. But hey, if you're in town and are looking for a good candle, now you know where to go. Are you the type of person that doesn't think any food is ever hot enough? If so, I don't understand you, but I do know that our next stop is your kind of place, and that's the Pepper Palace. They call themselves the hottest shop on the planet, and it's hard to argue against it. They have small batch, handcrafted, all-natural sauces, including hot sauce, salsa, seasoning, marinades, and rubs, all in various heat levels. And if you're not sure if you like the flavor or the heat of something, they do offer samples for you to try out. Just be sure you're ready for it. Earlier we found a bit of France in Little Bavaria, and now we find a bit of Ireland. Despite its strange name, the Funky Skunk has nothing to do with stinky animals or something you might smoke, but rather is Frankenmuth's original Irish store with a vast selection of Irish-themed merchandise. They have imported sweaters, hats, jewelry, and handbags, and plenty of stuff with Guinness branding on it. They even have some snacks that you won't find in many places outside of Ireland. It is all a bit expensive, since it's just about all imported, and let's face it, most things in Frankenmuth are expensive. But if you're looking for a bit of the Emerald Isle on your visit, stop by and take a look. If you're someone who loves to taste the cherries, then this is the store you've been dreaming about. So far, we've visited a number of places that have a bunch of different flavors of the same thing. Now we've come to Cherry Republic, a place that sells a bunch of different things with the same flavor, and they're pretty much all fantastic. Northern Michigan is known for its cherries, and Cherry Republic puts them in everything. From the chocolate-covered cherries you were probably expecting, to the cherry salsas and barbecue sauces you probably weren't. With pretzels, shortbread cookies, coffees, sodas, and even summer sausage, dog treats, and much more, cherry lovers will find something they enjoy here, and probably more than they were expecting. And yes, they have plenty of samples around the store, which, if you're like us, you'll hit multiple times in every visit. If you're in this area of the district, the Enchanted Forest is hard to miss, as they always have a display in and around the alley outside. From that display, you can probably tell that they sell everything you need to set up your own fairy garden at home. Not just garden gnomes and mushrooms, although they have those too, but also dragons, houses, animals, and of course, fairies. You can set them up in your garden or your curio cabinet or wherever you want. I'm not the boss of you. They also sell lanterns, wind chimes, and solar-powered decorations, among other things. So if you're looking to bring a little extra magic to your garden, you should think of stopping by. The next place we see is Serendipity Wellness Spa, which is another place we didn't have time to stop in. But it provides the services you'd expect from a spa, including couples and individual massage, facial, manicures, pedicures, and body treatments. Let's face it, shopping can be stressful, so maybe while you're wandering around, you'll decide to book a massage and let that stress go. Frankenmuth has plenty of places to get fudge, but not many of them are in the River Place shops. But Zach and Mac's Chocolate House is one of them. They actually have 2 locations in town. The other is on Main Street, and it's easy to confuse the two. But this one has a mannequin of a maid, and the other one has a butler, and yes, they're married. This one also sells fudge and ice cream, while the other one sells fudge and chocolates, so you know, they're different. But as far as this one goes, they have plenty of delicious flavors of both fudge and ice cream, some of which you may find every time you come in, and some others may either be limited or swapped out from time to time. In any case, if you come around with a sweet tooth, this is, Well, it's yet another place where you can get some sweets. There's a lot of them around here. This isn't even the last one. So earlier you had a crepe, and now you're hungry for something other than candy, fudge, or ice cream. Well then head over to the Pasty Haus, where they have homemade pasties and traditional and specialty flavors. You can dine in or get some frozen ones to heat up at home. They also serve bubble tea, and if you're still looking for something sweet, you can also get snow ice, which is kind of like ice cream. Oh, when you're ordering your pasties, make sure you pronounce it correctly. You don't want pasties. If you've seen our top 10 things to do in Frankenmuth video, then you're already familiar with our next stop. SugarHigh Bakery is the place to go to get gourmet cupcakes as well as designer cakes and other sweet treats for you or even your dog. A former Cupcake Wars winner, SugarHigh always has plenty of great choices of cupcake, from standards you may find every time you visit to seasonal flavors you'll only see once a year. This is definitely a place you'll want to visit at least once and try to limit yourself to just one, or two, or four, or a dozen. Not far from there is the kiosk where you can get tickets for the riverboat called the Bavarian Belle, another item from our top 10 list. Obviously, we filmed this during the off-season, so let's take a look at it in the summer. That's better. As we mentioned in the earlier video, the Bavarian Belle launches from here and takes you up and down the Cass River, giving you a guided tour of the town and surrounding area, with plenty of facts about the history of places along the riverfront and about the boat itself. It's open from May through mid-October, so if you're visiting during that time frame, be sure to hop aboard. Earlier we visited a souvenir shop that sold things to remind you of your trip to Frankenmuth. Now we come to the Michigan Shoppe, which specializes in Michigan-themed artisan souvenirs and gifts. Everything here was made in Michigan, and most of it uses things the state is known for. You'll find books, pottery, photography, initials made out of old Michigan license plates, and jewelry made from the state stone, the Petoskey stone. They even have candles scented like several flavors of Faygo. They also sell Faygo, in case you haven't tried it. We have one more stop before we finish our circuit, and that's at the building shared by Bead Haven and the Modern Craft Winery. Bead Haven is Michigan's largest bead store. Here you can shop for beads, rocks, crystals, and healing stones. They also have natural stone jewelry and gift items, and with all of these options, you can create your own jewelry. On the other side of the room is Modern Craft Winery, which I don't have much footage of, so you're still getting beads for a moment. But the winery sells fruit-infused, Michigan-made wines that they say are perfect with mixing with other beverages. So if you're in the market for it, stop by for a taste and even make your own signature cocktail. We've made it all the way around Frankenmuth's River Place shops. Are there any shops and attractions we talked about that you're looking forward to visiting? Are there any you've gone to on past trips that you'd recommend? Is there anything about these places we forgot to mention? Be sure to let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching our video, and be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified of new uploads. And while you're here, check out some of our other videos.